Hey everyone, welcome back to the Peaks to Plains Trail. We finished the Gateway segment last August of 2021. We're out here on the Huntsman segment, so the next 3-mile segment of trail. So taking off where we left off at the Tunnel 1 trailhead, heading up 3 full miles. So we're gonna get 3 new miles of trail, 2 new trailheads, one with about 35 cars, one with parking for about 75 cars, so a little over 100 cars total. We're gonna have 8 new bridges. That's 8 new bridges crossing the creek and 1 actually crossing the highway. We're out here now at what we used to call the Narrow Gauge Trailhead, still working on a new name for it, checking out construction, checking out the trail. We're on the south side of the creek. You can see behind me the trail has been cut. We're working on the uphill soil nail walls. So we're drilling in pins and we're gonna shotcrete those and put a nice stone veneer so it looks like a natural stone wall. So on the other side of the creek, we're working on the trailhead where cars will park, place for bathroom, resting area, access down to the creek, accessible access down to the creek. And let's wander over and check out how we get materials and equipment across the creek. So one of the biggest questions we get is how are you gonna build that trail? Especially how are you gonna build that trail on the opposite side of the creek? Well, first step is we have to build access. So we build temporary bridges like this one. This one's super cool. It's an old bridge from the 1950s. It's all riveted before we started welding everything. It's from an aggregate yard in Northwest Denver. It was getting taken out and replaced with a newer, more modern bridge. So we take it, this is a temporary access. So this is how we get materials and equipment across. It's how we get people across. This is how we get across. Behind me on my right shoulder, you can see our new trailhead. This is gonna have about 35 cars, restroom, big bridge across the creek. We're actually gonna have accessible access down to the creek, like I mentioned. Very similar layout to the trailhead we built at Tunnel 1, where you enter on the west side, one way through, and you exit on the east. You're gonna have a long exit road here. That's mainly so that you can have sight lines in both directions so that you can turn left or you can turn right as you head out. So on the far side of my right shoulder, you can see the trail going in on the opposite side of the creek. So you can see the drill rig that's drilling in the nails for the soil nail wall that will get shotcrete and then a beautiful stone veneer on top of it. That's the big piece of what's going on the south side for that main line trail. This is a big project. This is gonna take some time. It's probably gonna take us into 2025. So stay with us. Check back in. We'll have updates as we continue to build the trail between the creek and the highway, build the 2 trailheads, especially the one up at Huntsman Gulch, as we continue this trailhead. So check back in. We'll be here with more updates. As always, take care, be happy, be healthy, be safe.